thankfully, the Smackdown gods listened to our prayers, and Smackdown got that awful taste of that just unwelcoming episode of Monday Night Raw. Thank you for that.
Sorry.
Welcome to Tuesday Night Live, where, Smackdown.
Smackdown brought the cookies and milk this week.
Cookies. It was a treat.
I don't know. I'm tired.
That's fine.
Just roll it.
So I mean, a few things that were cool but didn't quite mean anything. You got to watch the Usos destroy the Hype Bros.
Oh my god, nothing does my heart better than watching Mojo Rawley get his face kicked.
Which happened, and then the Usos cut a promo on the entire tag team division. So nice to know that's still sticking around. We had a women's tag team match. We had the new SmackDown Women's Champion Natalya teaming up with Miss Money in the Bank. They had a little bit of words for each other at the beginning of the match. They took on the former champion Naomi and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I feel like the main purpose of this match was to build tension between Natalya and Carmella.
Yeah, and I thought they did a really good job.
I thought it was a little super cliche up until towards the end.
Yeah.
When James Ellsworth handed Carmella the briefcase while Natalya was in the glow hold.
Yeah.
And made it seem like, it'd be a really good time to cash in when Natalya is down and out.
Yeah. Well, and I love
that. I think that kind of worked as a motivator for Natalya because she saw it and was like, "Fuck this noise," and got out of the submission hold.
So and then she made sure to tag in Carmella and make Carmella finish the match. Unfortunately, Carmella was the finished of the match as she got hit with the Bexploder and the split leg moonsault. And so there was no cash in. There was a babyface win.
Crowd goes home happy.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping with the ladies, we had Lana giving Tamina a motivational speech, trying to get her into that angry mode so they can start crushing women on SmackDown.
Yeah, beating the bullies and crushing the competition.
Yeah. So, and apparently Tamina's road towards the championship starts next week.
A lot of things start next week.
Like what?
Well, next week we're going to have a debut.
A tag team debut?
Yeah. Not necessarily a debut of either one of the superstars.
But a new tag team.
But definitely the first time that we're ever going to get to see Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin team up.
Hell yeah.
American Alpha 2.0.
Team America.
World Police. Oh no, Survivor Series. Team America Fashion Police.
Yes! I'm all for that. That needs to be a thing.
My bad.
Shelton Benjamin is on SmackDown.
Well, we saw him.
Daniel Bryan said that the trade over sending Jason Jordan to Raw guaranteed that Shelton Benjamin would come to SmackDown, even though he was already announced to be there when he was first coming in, but we'll put that aside. That's cool. Shelton didn't seem too keen on teaming with Chad Gable. Like, he thought it was cool that he was there on SmackDown, but he wasn't expecting to be part of a tag team. So I don't foresee Benjamin and Gable lasting long.
No,
unless they have a really successful time next week.
Here's what's going to happen. Gable is going to impress Shelton Benjamin. That's what this whole thing is going to be.
Okay.
It might take a week or two, but I think we're going to have maybe a so-so go at it week 1, probably something disappointing week 2, but then week 3 it's going to fire back, and Shelton Benjamin's going to get sold on the idea.
All right. I can dig that. Apparently next week we're also going to get whatever Dolph Ziggler's plan is to be a star on Raw and SmackDown.
Singing, rapping, dancing, lasers, and women.
That glow in the dark. Good luck, Dolph.
I'm legitimately curious.
Right? Then Shinsuke Nakamura got a little bit of retribution on Jinder Mahal this week. Not necessarily on Jinder Mahal.
Well, yes, also on Jinder Mahal.
All on Jinder Mahal, but after getting retribution on the Singh brothers.
Yeah, because he got to fight them in a 1-on-2 handicap match, where essentially he just had his way with the Singh brothers.
Yeah, they had their moment.
They got to knock him down once and stomp on him a few times.
That was about it.
Yeah.
He ended up making Samir tap out to a tornado triangle hold, which was a cool little addition to the arsenal of Shinsuke Nakamura. He's never finished a match that way before. But then Jinder decided to be a cool idea.
Because the Singh brothers don't warrant a real finish.
That's true.
You can just make up a new move and they'd still lose.
Plus, he was saving the Kinshasa for after Jinder Mahal attacked him from behind, and then Shinsuke's like, no, that's all you get. Kick to the stomach, Shinsuke hits the Kinshasa right in the face, and then we just have dead Jinder Mahal for a good long 30 seconds of Shinsuke just posing in the ring.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And again, he posed doing the whole belt symbol.
Yeah.
Meaning, he ain't done chasing the SmackDown title.
Nope. Speaking of posing, we had Aiden English trying to pose as an artist, but then his posing was overshadowed by a glorious pose.
A glorious debut.
As Bobby Roode is now part of the SmackDown roster.
Holy moly.
And despite Bobby Roode being one of the kindest wrestlers in the world and giving Aiden English quite a bit of offense, Aiden English fell victim to the glorious DDT. And so now, do you think the babyface thing is going to last? Or was that just like a, hey, we're gonna use Aiden English as kind of the good hand to put over Bobby Roode in his debut?
It'll last for a minute.
Because, I mean, he was just like the nastiest heel on NXT. Despite how popular he was, he still was a nasty heel.
Yeah. No, give it, I don't know, give it a month of AJ Styles United States Open challenges before Bobby Roode uses that for a heel turn.
Good segue. Because our overarching storyline was AJ Styles looking to bring back the United States Open Challenge.
When Kevin Owens is like, I want a rematch.
And Styles is like, no, I beat you at SummerSlam, so no, we're not doing this anymore.
And he's like, but I want a rematch. And now I'm also going to complain about Shane McMahon as a stupid referee.
Shane's like, bitch, why are you going to complain about me? I called this match down the middle. You lost.
He said, no, I didn't.
I'm going to be real. Kevin Owens made me mad at how good of a heel he was. Because he just had excuse after excuse, and I wanted to yell "shut up" at my TV, which is good. That's what you want a heel to. That's what you want a heel to make you do.
Yeah.
So essentially, all of his bitching and complaining talked AJ into giving him another match, but Owens wasn't done there. He wanted to pick his own referee.
And AJ even told Shane, "Go ahead, let him do it."
Yeah. So
Shane said, yeah, go ahead. But since you're getting all this preferential treatment, you need to know if you don't beat AJ tonight, you don't get another shot at the United States title as long as AJ Styles is the champion.
Yeah. So Kevin Owens had to think he had to really think about who he wanted as that special guest referee. His first choice being Sami Zayn.
Yeah, trying to play the whole, hey, can we call it water under the bridge?
His mouth got him into some trouble, though.
Yeah, he started off pretty good.
Yeah, it seemed,
he had a decent, convincing argument with Sami.
It almost seemed like we were gonna get like a reconciliation between the two, because both of them were kind of like at that moment like, why are we doing this? Like, what is the point?
And then he mentioned about how Sami Zayn is not doing anything on SmackDown.
Yeah.
He's just wasting away. And Sami took offense to that, and after like 2.5 segments, he came back and gave Kevin Owens the referee shirt. Says, "Hey, no, I don't need this. Bye-bye."
So Kevin Owens, being stressed, decides to walk the halls a little bit. And then we had
Freeze!
the fashion police. Even though they're off-duty cops right now, they can still be referees because they make sexy zebras.
Yeah, they do.
And Kevin Owens proceeded to yell at them and tell them to go away.
To be continued.
And then he had like a second thought where he's like, "Wait, no, come back!" And before he could finish it, a hand landed on his shoulder, and it was none other than the recently deceased Baron Corbin, trying to return to the roster and prominence, and said, "Hey, you know what? If you have me as your referee, I mean, I can do that, but you have to guarantee me that if you win the championship, I get first shot." And Owens is like, "You mean when I win, yes, you'll get the first shot." And Corbin's like, "All right, cool."
You better be a man of your word.
So then Corbin decided just to ensure.
Yeah, he's gonna play both sides of the coin.
Yeah. So he met AJ just prior to the match and said, "Hey, I already made a deal with Kevin Owens, but you know, I want you to let you know." He said that if he wins, well, then I get first dibs. And AJ's like, "Well, you know what? When I win, I'm gonna be doing the open challenge every single week. So if you want a shot, just answer the challenge." Corbin's like, "All right, cool." And then we had our main event match where Baron Corbin actually did a really good job as special guest referee.
Yeah, he did everything right except for volume.
Yeah.
He was very, very quiet up until the very end. Even then, he was like, he's a quiet yeller.
Yeah, he's not a loud person. He has a naturally quiet voice. So yeah, he's.
You need a vocal coach, Baron. I'm not saying that I'd volunteer to do it, but I could. But you'd have to pay me.
WWE, hire this man.
I'll make Baron Corbin yell again.
Make Baron yell again. Eventually, despite the fact that he was doing a good job, apparently the way he was doing things rubbed Shane wrong.
Well, the issue here is...
Oh, he did get a little...
He had fast counts.
And he got really physical.
Yeah, I mean, he shoved AJ. AJ accidentally got pushed into Baron.
Yeah.
But he shoved AJ and had 2 fast counts, despite the fact that every count that Baron had in the match was faster. It was faster than the WWE's typical referee cadence.
Absolutely.
But Baron's not a referee.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's probably didn't have a whole lot of time to practice.
Probably not.
So I feel like the fact that if they were trying to play off that he was fast counting those 2 schoolboys that Kevin Owens did, it really failed because the rest of his pins were
I think the fast counts were being commented on by the commentators.
Yeah.
I think Shane's major issue was the shove to AJ in the middle of the match. And so AJ and Owens are still, you know, doing stuff while Corbin and Shane are yelling at each other. And as soon as Corbin says, "Hey, I'm doing my job. I'm watching everything they do," Kevin Owens low blows AJ Styles and tries to go for a pin, and Corbin goes down to count it, and Shane goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
He's like, "I'm doing my job," and he goes, "You're doing a shitty job, Baron."
He low blowed him. "What are you doing?" He's like,
Yeah, Shane just kept uppercutting the air.
He did this to his nuts. And Corbin's like, "Fine, you don't like the way I'm doing things?" Took the shirt off, he threw it at Shane, and he walked away. And at this point, Owens is like, "What the fuck is happening right now? Where's my referee going?"
This is like a bad dream for Kevin Owens.
Yeah, he is reliving SummerSlam.
He
2
was
days later.
He was all confident about what was going to happen, and then he just kind of saw everything melt.
Yeah, because then Shane's like, "Well, no one else is out here, so I'm going to put the shirt back on," and got in the ring.
Looking like a zebra from the Mean Street Posse.
And it didn't take long because Kevin Owens would go over to the ropes to try and pull AJ into the ring, get hung up, get hit with the phenomenal forearm, and AJ Styles is still the United States champion.
Yay, Jay.
And Kevin Owens walked away and just went,
He like walked up the ramp and then he got about halfway up, and I think that's when it set in that he was done getting title shots.
And he realized, it's just everything.
And he started doing the I don't know what to do with my hands gimmick.
Which is the universal sign of I am utterly confused. Great episode of SmackDown.
Much better than Raw.
Way more build towards what we don't even know what their next pay-per-view is. They did a better build towards their next pay-per-view than Raw did, and Raw had a SummerSlam preview of their next pay-per-view. So get your shit together, Raw. Speaking of Raw, let's go to 205 Live.
Yay!
Where we had a rematch from last week's Cruiserweight Tag Team match. Cedric Alexander and Grand Metalik taking on Drew Gulak and Tony Nese.
Man, I like that Grand Metalik is actually back on the roster on the regular.
He's been on like 5 weeks straight, and it is
really
awesome. Yeah.
5? I was going to say like 3, but...
No, because they did the tag team match last week. Maybe I'm just adding shows together.
I think you're adding shows.
Because there was the 8-man tag on Raw, and I don't know.
The main thing is he's been on for more than 2 weeks without like an 8-week gap.
This is the second most regular time he's been on, and the first being the Cruiserweight Classic.
And he's back to not an open mouth mask,
which you appreciate. The open mask didn't bother me, but now that Kevin Hawk is happy, awesome tag team match. I think this match. I know you didn't watch their match last week.
Yeah, but this one was better.
I'm pretty sure this one was a lot better. Some great stuff on either side.
Tony Nese's intro.
I mean, when you can use muscle groups in your promo, you're all right in my book.
Muscle puns.
Muscle puns.
Despite the fact that he intakes a lot of protein, he also is definitely not calcium deficient.
What?
Because he really knows how to humor us.
Let's leave it to Tony Nese. Anyway, a double dive from Cedric Alexander and Grand Metalik would take out Tony Nese. Drew Gulak would be tossed back in the ring. Attempt to get a small package. Cedric Alexander would kick out, hit a lumbar check, and 2 weeks in a row, the babyface team picks up the tag team win.
Yep.
Then we had what was supposed to be a duel between the Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher. Unfortunately, it was all a ruse by the Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, because it's like, I ain't going to duel you. Here's a clown.
And so Jack Gallagher beat the shit out of a clown.
Yeah, and then he got ready to put him through a table.
He was real close.
And then Brian Kendrick came and attacked Jack Gallagher from behind with his umbrella.
Yes. And then put Jack Gallagher through the table.
And he's like, next week, let's have a no disqualification match.
I'm cool with that.
And he's just going to pop up on the Tron next week and go, ha, you thought I wanted a no disqualification match? Let's have a duel. And a guy, he's like, but for the no disqualification match, I've got you a suitable replacement opponent. It's just going to be a guy dressed like a table.
Oh, God.
And then Jack Gallagher's going to put him through a clown.
Put the table guy through a clown?
Figure it out.
Having a hard time.
It's alright.
Let's move on.
It's going to get graphic.
Swan and Perkins.
Ow, my leg hurts. I'm still a bitch.
Get better. I'm going to fight Daivari next week. When you get back, though, I'm going to beat you.
Yay.
Then we had our rematch for the Cruiserweight Championship. Neville defending against Akira Tozawa. Still not as good as the first one.
No. I do think, I'm going to go and say that I still think this might have been one notch better than their SummerSlam match.
Think so?
I do. I think it told a better story. We finally brought back the Tozawa's shoulder hurts.
Yeah, I did appreciate that. That's something that should have been a thing for the last couple of weeks. But...
And Tozawa had one of the strongest looking comebacks I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And then it, because Neville, once Neville got the advantage and started working on the shoulder, he took him to every corner of, ouch, my shoulder hurtsville. and was dominating Tozawa. And then Tozawa makes a comeback, does all these cool moves, front flip cannonball off the apron to the outside, everything, and then as soon as Tozawa takes half a second to breathe, Neville's back up and taking control again. Because he goes for the senton for the first time,
Yeah.
and literally within the amount of time it takes him from to squat to stand on the top turnbuckle, Neville's already back up and ready to go.
Yeah. Neville uses those little moments very well because he is as fast as he is. And yeah, it was
He's
hard.
got the stamina of a salmon in mating season.
What the? That might be the weirdest analogy that you have ever used.
But it makes sense. They have to jump up fucking waterfalls.
That's fair. I'll let it slide. Tozawa never really got back into much of a rhythm though. He had his moment.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
And then after that, it was just kind of like he's trying to hang in there.
It was similar to what you said. Like he had that comeback, and then Neville just takes those little moments and just ruins anything that Tozawa was trying to do.
And one of the nicest looking superplexes I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, they landed. They stalled
well.
for a bit.
They went up well. They got really blurry. They floated. Then they landed on the ground and got unblurry. I'm over here now.
Hey,
Hey, I'm still over here.
Hey.
Do I have to be over here to
Stick.
be in focus?
There we go.
And it was kind of cool though, because on the impact, Tozawa wrapped his legs around one of Neville's feet and tried to pin him.
Yeah, tried to